snake with a couple of spikes coming from the back of its head rears up and looks at you.
It can't see you if you don't move.
5 speeder bikes round the corner, and one of them, led by a familiar, heavily armed Kalish, yells, "We found him!" And they just go running straight towards it. The snake decides that he doesn't want to stick around, and he bolts for it.
Can I catch it on foot?
Probably not.
I'll go on foot.
Awesome. And you see on the 5th speeder bike a Trandoshan of yours that y'all have seen before.
Oh hey, he doesn't have his gun.
As 2 of the speeder bikes roar off into the distance, the other 3 start circling towards you guys. General Bullion hops down off of his speeder bike, looks at both of you, takes a moment. It's good to see you! And he gives you both a big bear hug. And then he notices the cowboy plate.
Who's your friend?
She's just an ally right now. Don't worry, she's with us.
Excellent. I was afraid we were going to have to take out the tranquilizer gun.
No, not at all. Not at all necessary.
Excellent. I don't think we have enough bullets for that thing.
Oh, it would be difficult. How have you been doing, General?
Oh, just sitting on my ass. Truth be told, I'm bored. So, we've been hunting. Getting quite a bit, and tell you the truth. And, well, we did some capturing for some, shall we say, business partners, shall we say? And, that thing that we just chased off, apparently he's been eating the things that we capture. So, we had to get it out of Dodge. So, and if we can't kill it, we'll at least chase it to some new hunting grounds.
Hope your men are successful in that hunt.
This guy sounds like a Texan Sean Connery.
He's a Kalish. What does he got? So,
Get on out of here.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what. If you're amenable, I think we can get you and your friends someplace.
He looks around at the abandoned slums.
Out of here. Someplace to sleep, something to eat, and just safer grounds than out in the open. Besides, night's coming on. You don't want to be outside.
That'd be quite wonderful, General.
Excellent. Hop on board.
He motions to his speeder bike.
Okay. He has enough room for. How's he gonna fit the collar?
He turns to your friend.
I can't fit her. She's either gonna have to stay here or walk. And we're not that far away. I'll tell you what. Todd!
He motions to the Zabrak. He's kind of an older looking Zabrak. He looks like he's had age, but he's clean.
Zabrak is what Darth Maul is.
Yeah,
Without
except
the tattoos.
minus the red tattoo,
Right.
red and black tattoos.
He looks like a dude with horns.
Yeah, just bigger, thicker horns indicating advanced age. He's got a sagging skin. He looks like he's seen his fair share of scraps. And he's got a couple of scars here and there. And he picks up and says,
You see that big thing? Bring her to the base. Bring her to Tent Town. I want to keep her close by. She looks handy. Alright?
and so he motions to the queen to follow him, and he just goes slowly on his speeder bike and follows y'all as y'all disappear off into the woods. Just trees whipping past you as this guy's obviously having a grand old time just going full tilt through the woods. And y'all make it just about sundown to, y'all just headed off straight off. And y'all come upon an interesting scene. It looks like a clearing that was that was expanded upon, had a couple of trees on the edges cut down, had some room cleared out, some parts flattened, and just a mob of tents all over the place. These are all environment tents, so they're designed for refugees, emergency camping, and in the center are 3 ships. One looks to be an older Corellian runner frigate that basically Princess Leia's escape ship before Darth Vader took it over.
Blockade runner.
A blockade runner. An old, hodgepodge, ugly ship, kind of huge. It was cobbled together between a Naboo starfighter, one of the great big huge ones that the Royals used for diplomatic passage, and a cargo freighter. It looks like someone had just roughly welded the two together into some semblance of a ship. And the third one,
man.
and the third one just sitting in the middle seems to be a beautifully kept Corellian YT 1830. This.
Your looks at all. Yerk looks at the middle.
Where have I seen that before?
I have no idea. Where have you seen it before?
Little sailboat into space with that. It's just like made it out of little logs found in the forest, you know? It's tied together with some rope.
Alright, as y'all
Comedy.
Because
as
they're
y'all
all
come off the
garbage.
speeder
I don't
bike,
think it will do that.
as y'all get y'all zoom in closer to the ore hauler and Nabu diplomatic vessel that's been hodgepodge together, and as y'all come closer, you see a bunch of cages with a bunch of animals in them. Half of them look like they've been ripped open and just mangled. And you hop off, and the general starts motioning you towards the cobbled together ore freighter.
All right, perception check for like more than just the ships,
Same.
or more than what you just told us, I guess.
15.
Oh yeah, what did I get?
24.
24?
Yeah.
There seems to be all sorts of people. You smell food cooking. You hear laughter. But you don't see a whole lot of male presence. This looks to be more of a refugee camp for the women, the children, the elderly, the sick. It's kind of out of the way. And are you trained in mechanics?
No.
Are you trained in survival?
No.
How about you?
I got a 7 on my perception.
7 on your perception?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, a lot of tents, and a couple of ships.
Okay, so it's pretty. So it's a pretty like well-populated area.
Yeah, it's a pretty well-populated area. You notice that on top of the ships, there seems to be some sort of a camouflage netting that, when looked at from above, would just look like treetops.
So are the people there? Are they all like non-humans, or are they like a mix of humans and non-humans? Are there like maybe any Imperials, perhaps, or are they all just?
You
kind
look
of
around and you
civilians?
notice, the noticing that you do is that there seems to be 2 separate camps,
Okay.
almost. It's there seems to be more humans on one side than the other,
Mhm.
but there's pretty good presence of both here. It seems to be more of a non-combat zone.
Okay.
Sort of, but they're all species, shapes, sizes, descriptions, and a couple of them take notice of you and your arrival, and a few of them start moving towards you and your companions.
Okay. Let's see. I guess we'll go over to the general now. So we're gonna kind of walk over. I put my gun up, but I didn't
Smart.
explicitly say that, but I holster it.
Alright.
Not shoot my way out of this one anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm walking over. I guess Sax, you're following.
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right. So we're both walking over to the general, and we just walk over there and make it.
Alrighty, the general leads you up the ramp, and he motions to a couple others to follow you. And as y'all go up, you'll notice that half of this ship has been modified for pirating needs, shall we say.
Which ship is this?
This is the modified ore freighter, Nabu fighter, hodgepodge mix. And it's got what looks like several tractor beams, a grappling hook of ship size, and it looks like it's capable of dragging in ships, and that's as y'all walk through the ore section on your way up the ramp. And as y'all keep going, it just gets more and more extravagant, more elaborate, more decadent, more, frankly, it's quite lavish. As y'all keep walking in, and y'all make it into what looks like the galley, except that there's cushions and nice tables and chairs and beautiful pictures up on the walls, and there's just it's exquisite finery from all corners of the galaxy.
Interesting.
Bullion motions you to take a seat. Sit down, we'll have some food brought in for you. Alright, anyway, let me go get some of the other crew. Hold on just a moment. As he goes down and you hear some shouting from down below in what was the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently some of the folks there are talking with the pirates there. Would you like to do anything?
Pirates.
Well,
Pirates.
Yar.
I'm personally gonna observe I'm not gonna do like a
Yardy,
perception
yardy,
check,
yardy.
but just like how many people are in the room with us and what's like the size of the room.
There's a couple of people. There seems to be the large Wookiee is still with you.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to have come up with you a female Zabrak
Mm-hmm.
and there's a male human.
Okay.
So you have 3 other people in the room right now.
All right. Are they kind of near us?
Yeah, they're all nearby. They're just looking at you.
I'm assuming the Colquitt Queen still hasn't even arrived.
The Colquhoun,
Because they were having to go at the Colquitt was being while the general was like mad rushing back.
yeah, judging by the distance, she's probably halfway there. She'll probably take another 10-15 minutes to get here.
Okay.
Alright, is there anything special you would like to do?
Excuse me, there was a female in that group as well, you said?
Female Zabrak, correct.
Excuse me, lady and gentlemen. May I ask your names?
You're asking me to Wookiee for his name?
Yes. I love it. Oh, how rude! And then I say, oh, how rude of me. My name is Yerk. I'm very pleased to meet your acquaintance. Although I'm afraid I never got your names.
You hear a rattling up the ramp as the female Zabrak opens her mouth to speak, and you see an interesting-looking astromech toddle its way in.
Astromech.
Astromech droid.
An astromech droid. Okay.
Like R2.
Oh, okay.
And the
Right.
female Zabrak, what? I don't think you're supposed to be here. Aren't you supposed to still be on the ship?
I do whatever the hell I bloody feel like.
But my husband told you to stay on board ship.
Does your husband own me? No. I own myself.
Well, technically you live on the ship, so he owns the place where you live.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's my ship. I'm letting you use it.
She rolls her eyes. I'm sorry. I'm Lana, and this is our droid.
I need a pencil for this.
The name's R3C7.
She rolls her eyes.
By the way, brief description of this droid.
Go for it.
Obviously, once was Imperial. It is an R3 model, which you can tell by the.
You know those jet black astromech droids that the Empire had toddling around after?
They were like silver with black trim,
Okay.
like Imperial sigils on it. You know, on the shoulders, different things. Poorly painted over with rebel insignias. Dents mostly around the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in like a sort of ring, like all the way around it.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, it just appears to be a regular old, like R3 unit. Just, it's talking, which is weird.
So how does it move? Is it like
It's like an R2 unit.
So it just like
It looks
around.
exactly like R2D2, but given an Imperial paint job.
So it's it's rolling around.
It's an
How
astromech
does it
droid.
sound?
Like imagine R2D2 with a different paint job and more dents,
okay.
and that's what this thing looks like.
Okay.
Alrighty, after the droid gets through with his spiel, the Zabrak turns to the Wookiee and says, "That's Goref." Mm.
Yeah, real conversation was that one.
And
Death to the rebels! Damn! He slams his head into the wall.
it's alright, he does that from time to time.
Freaking Imperial programming!
Calm down, you just need a nice oil bath and you'll be fine.
You would hear the sounds of deep breathing coming from it.
Yerk looks very interested at it.
Who are you, pretty boy?
Name's Yerk Tai. Nice to meet you, R3C7.
His little thing narrows. Got my eye on you.
Glad to hear it.
And this over here is... She pauses, not quite believing what she's about to say. This is Bob.
Bob.
No last name, no relation.
Alright.
The Wookiee's name is Bob.
No, the Wookiee's name is Goref.
Oh, wait, then who's Bob?
The
The
human.
human.
Just
Oh.
standing around, just leaning up against the wall.
Oh, okay.
Bob, what a quaint name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real conversation was that one, too. Long live the Empire, son of King!
At this time, Bolian comes back up the ramp and looks at the
Forgot to
droid.
level him up.
Don't worry. So, unless you plan on getting into combat.
No.
You're fine. He shakes
He
his head.
can.
And he comes back in with the Zabrak that you'd noticed, who immediately just nods to everybody in the room, goes up to the female Zabrak and gives her a kiss.
Okay.
Alright, now that we're all here, I believe we can get some food started. Alright! He claps his hands. And you see a couple of what look like human males just cart in food, and they just start laying it in on the big long table in front of you, and they just set it down, and then they just move out again. This is beautiful dishes, well crafted, smells amazing, and it is open and inviting. The general just sits down and just starts just taking ladles and putting it on his plate.
I don't usually cotton to luxury, but it is occasionally very nice, especially when you've got someone who enjoys spending his credits on his ship.
Yeah, I could stand to spend a few more.
I'm sorry, Droid, did you say something?
Yeah, I said you could stand to spend a few more!
Oh, this isn't my ship. Remember? Mine's the Corellian over there. This one belongs to you, saw my friend with the sword. Yeah,
Oh,
this is his ship.
It's a very nice ship.
Yeah, it's a very nice ship. It's got the best galley and 5-star systems, that's all you want.
5-star systems.
Star systems.
Okay, so this is the hodgepodge, and the Corellian is somewhere else?
The Corellian is parked next door.
Okay.
Alright, so would y'all like to do anything special?
Guess we will start eating, but I'm only going to eat what other people have already eaten. So like, I'm assuming it's from like a plate, like a dish where you just grab food. And
Joke's on you, they built up an immunity
They've got
to
serving implements, and they've got pieces that allow you to get into the dishes.
I'm
without
only going to
actually
go
touching
into
it.
the dishes that they've already eaten.
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna mix it up
Start
and do the
eating.
ones I haven't seen people eating.
Okay, there you go.
Bolian is just going around trying
Eventually,
a
you just don't eat.
Bolian's trying a little bit of everything. The Zabrak seems to be sticking mostly to what looks like vegetables, and the female Zabrak seems to be doing the same. The human just standing there. He's not eating at all. He's just watching.
He's
The
feeding on
Wookiee
good
goes
livers.
straight for the meat. He just takes the biggest. He just takes what looks like some sort of a bird and what smells like some kind of meat that was roasted, and he just takes it and just takes huge slabs of it and just starts throwing it on a plate. And he just, without magic,
No utensils.
just starts eating. Just no utensils at all. Just throws it on a plate and just
Freaking
starts
Wookiee.
eating it.
Okay, on second thought, I'm just gonna eat the vegetables because I'm disgusted. I'm just like, no.
Okay. How about you?
What's wrong there, Sax?
No, I'm eating. Like I'm just.
Of course I know your name.
Oh, you're a fan of mine.
No, I'm not.
Oh. Well then.
Look, as someone who's programmed for propaganda, death of the rebellion! As someone who's programmed for propaganda, someone volunteering to do it doesn't really make sense to me. Kinda grinds my gears if you catch my meaning.
Literally.
Bolian says.
Yeah, that's the joke! Whatever, I'm gonna go check on something in the freaking hole. And he wheels off. You hear clanging down the hallway.
You know, do you guys have any mechanics on staff?
Yeah, he's down here! He can still hear you.
Bolian goes.
Mechanics, not mechanic. Like you're the mechanic.
Yes.
Okay. I'm one.
I roll back in and I just open just tools.
Despite his attitude, he's actually very good with machines. I've seen him do wonders.
I could take a look at you if you'd like. Maybe look at
Oh,
your-
trust me, I've looked.
I can take a look at your programming and your circuitry.
Trust me, I've looked.
All right.
It's
then.
amazing I got myself this far.
I'm quite
Alright.
impressed. He's still capable of holding a conversation. He wasn't supposed to be able to do this, but he managed it somehow.
Hell, most of my people aren't even able to talk.
Exactly.
Well, very impressive. Then.
But some moth got it up his ass that it would be a good idea to have somebody rolling around screaming, "Death to the rebellion! Long live the emperor! Bloody, 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 blah!" Thought it would be a good morale booster. Turns out it was just annoying. Mostly to me.
At this point,
Most of the troopers thought it was funny.
everybody at the table is either stifling laughter or just.
Exactly! And I pull out my little prod and I point and I'm like, exactly!
The female Zabrak turns to you and says, "Have I seen you before? Your face looks kind of familiar."
And I'm out.
That was fast.
well, might as well be honest, since if I'm not, the little buzz box will come back in and flood me anyway.
You hear an echo.
I'm a Hollywood star. I'm Soul Saxon. I've done a variety of things, but I'm sure the most awkward thing for me to admit at this table is that I am a star of Imperial propaganda films.
At this point, everybody stops eating.
That's about it. Yeah, I thought would happen.
I roll back in the room. Hey, that's what I thought would happen. And I just go to like fiddle with something in the corner.
So you're okay.
Don't pay him no mind. He's just fiddling and eavesdropping.
He goes up.
Well, I mean, I can do it from here, or I can do it from the other side of the ship using the audio systems. Which would you rather?
So anyway, I knew he was Imperial propaganda, but I wasn't sure whether or not he was changing sides or not.
Bolian props his feet up on the table, stretches his arms, and casually rests them on his sides.
How did you fare on your mission?
And you notice that everybody else who stopped eating, including the Zybrax and the humans, just start very surreptitiously putting their hands on weapon handles. The Wookiee just stops eating, wipes his paws, bakes two fists, and very unceremoniously boom, puts them on the table.
Yeah, your mission, Sax.
You too. What was your mission? Was to go in there and rescue some of our people that were stranded there. What happened to that mission?
I actually don't remember this at all.
The mission,
Okay.
the reason we went to that Imperial weapons facility
Y'all went into
in the first place?
y'all went into
That
Biffy's.
long ago.
You went into
Jeez.
Biffy's. Y'all
We
were
went
told,
to Biffy's.
and then he was introduced and told to get in touch with a squad that was stranded on a stealth mission to an Imperial weapons facility.
They got deaded.
We rescued one?
And then promptly killed him.
No, that was Imperial.
We rescued the rebel.
You rescued the rebel.
The rebel
Yeah,
was
that's right.
fine.
That was fine. The Imperial. We rescued him too, but he died. Whatever.
Well, they don't care about him. They just care about the rebels. Alright, and our mission went quite differently as expected. I'll admit as much. We were able to save one of your one of the rebel troops.
You never got his name.
Really?
He
Where
was
is he?
armless.
Don't worry about him.
Where is
He's
he?
armless.
Is he still arrested? I forget.
Y'all lost track of him after y'all.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, after we rescued him,
Did anybody search for him?
After we got arrested, we didn't care about him. Like, he was not in our concern at all.
He was gone.
Yeah, he was pretty much gone. He
Probably
went,
back at that camp.
he went up to the ship with us. I mean, and then
So where did he go, this survivor? What was his name?
in all the
Just describe him.
Hang on a moment, droid.
No, I'm
What did you
out of
do?
character. I'm saying just describe him.
Okay.
didn't have any arms.
Your character would know what he looked like.
Wait a minute.
You describe him and you give a
I
face
describe
description
him, yeah.
of his clothing, kind of ragged,
his lack of
hair,
arms.
his blue eyes.
No, don't talk about that.
Would you like to mention his lack of arms?
No,
I
not
kind of like to
You would-
awkwardly word it.
All right.
if you are, then go for it. But I don't know that.
All right. All right.
You're describing the lieutenant that was in charge of that operation.
Wait, so you added in the whole arm thing?
Yeah. I was like, and he doesn't have any arms. And
The droid started
like,
laughing.
immediately got touched.
What?
The female Zabrak.
The what?
He what?
His voice changes slightly to like a British accent. Don't worry about him. He's armless.
Not now! How did that happen?
Well, actually you were there. No.
I mean,
He was unconscious for a bit.
Yeah, I was
He was
unconscious.
Okay.
Oh Lord, he had the vapors.
The lieutenant, he
Oh my.
Hang on.
his team got attacked by certain biological experiments at the weapons facility before we even arrived.
Did we meet one of those biological experiments in the town?
The Colloquoid Queen is part of that, but she is friendly.
Colloquoid. Never met a colloquoid before.
Yes.
It's a first. How do you
You
talk
met,
with
you met
them?
a Colloquoid.
Yeah.
The
It's a first time.
Yes, it was. They were breeding colloquoid weapons, and
Breeding?
they broke loose and they killed not only most of the Imperials in the weapons facility, but most of the team that the lieutenant led as well.
Roll persuade.
Oh yeah, the droid searches his database and projects an image of a colloquoid out above the table.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
You telling me one of those is friendly?
33.
33?
Yeah.
General nods a little bit. They start.
That's a little bit. He should be giving me his wallet.
You got major negatives for A, not showing up with him, and B, with him instead.
So, describe what happened after you left the facility.
After we left the facility,
Actually, I'll tell you what. I've heard enough from you. You tell me. What happened after you left the facility?
Oh boy.
So we got picked up by the Imperials.
The tension comes back.
Are you sure you want to hear this from me? I'm an actor. I'm not a storyteller. I'm just.
I pull up a clip of one of his movies and project him telling a story.
You're the tool, aren't you?
What'd you say about tools?
The Zabreks are now laughing. The Wookiee is unamused, as is Bullion, and the human is just stifling a laugh over in the corner.
No, but seriously, either one of you, what happened after you left the facility?
go for it. No, you go for it.
You are the actor here. This is your, what was it, first time experience, was it? In actual field work? So, how was it after you left? What happened?
So like I said, we got picked up by the Imperials.
How did you get picked up by the Imperials?
Well, we returned to our shuttle in less than hospitable circumstances, considering there was quite a number of colloquoids.
So you were under pressure. You had
That's a way to say it.
enemies chasing at your heels the whole time.
But
Gee.
we had poor bastard's name. I never even got his name. I feel horrible about that. We had your rebel officer with us.
It's okay, I only know him as lieutenant. I didn't really give a damn.
We returned to our shuttle, and upon departure, we were later apprehended by Imperial forces.
How?
Truth be
My
told,
guess is by blaster point.
Well, that seems to be their style, but I don't see them in a whole lot of change, and they're carrying weapons, so they obviously left on good terms with the Empire. How did that happen?
I take out a tool and gesture at him.
That leaves me with more questions than answers. Describe to me what happened.
They weren't too keen on us trespassing, despite the circumstances.
Oh, so you weren't invited? Oh, you
What
snuck
was that?
on.
It was, no, it was at the research facility. It was Imperial.
True.
So they apprehended us. Originally wanted to tack the whole thing on us.
Oh wait, the Empire arrested you when you showed up at the Imperial weapons facility.
Oh, upon the truth be told, when we got back to our shuttle, I wouldn't say nodded off, as rather I passed out. Like
Roll a persuade.
I'll roll to assist.
16
Plus?
14, 30.
What's that, a
Very
plus?
good.
I get a
Like
Plus.
29 to assist.
Alright, you get
So-
two more.
Yeah,
So
let's say
13,
it's
like
plus two.
32?
Yeah. So like I said, like this is the first time I had to do anything like anything even remotely this
Anything at all.
So this is your first time in a fight.
First, a lot of firsts. There's a lot of firsts.
If it makes you feel any better,
He leans in closer.
first time I was in a fight, I pissed myself. So it happens to the best of us. So no worries there. Alright. And where did you go once you made it out? So enemies nipping at your heels, you passed out. What happened? How did you get out?
Well, our only way of escaping with any of our lives was to call the Imperials, unfortunately. However, we felt...
Why didn't you call us?
we didn't have the communication tools necessary to contact you guys.
No, to be fair, you tried.
The
No one picked up.
the old Zabrak raised it. Wait a minute, he did. They called us. We were in the middle of that problem, remember?
Oh yeah. We found a bunch of our guards unconscious. We thought they were so deep in unconsciousness, we thought they were dead.
No, I hope they're okay now, though.
Yeah, a few cuts and bruises, but they're fine.
All right, I'm glad to hear that. But no, because you were dealing with your problem, we had to call the Imperials, unfortunately. But thanks to courage of Sax here, we were able to convince them that we were that we would try and help them, and we were able to escape their bondages.
Whoa.
Clever. Alrighty. So once you escaped the bondages, did you sneak out of the facility, go into town, get in the jungle? What did you do?
They sent us back down on a shuttle to the planet. They actually took us to the Star Destroyer, and
Took you to the Star Destroyer.
mm-hmm.
We have not been able to get any of our operatives up there. And you were able to just walk on.
Well, they technically arrested us, but as I said,
Oh,
thanks to
well.
Sax's courage and tenacity, we were able to convince them that we would help them.
The droid is rolling his little optical servo thing in a manner that he thinks is equating to a humanoid rolling their eyes, but it looks like he's just going.
That's a very interesting mask you're wearing. May I see it?
Of course. I take it off and I hand it to them.
So I
Oh God! Even uglier underneath.
just a minute, droid. We have moments for jokes in a minute. Actually, he hands it to you. Could you take this downstairs for a minute and give it to you know who?
You got it.
Excellent.
Death to the rebel. The clang echoes through the ship.
Alrighty.
Quite an interesting character you got there, General.
Yeah, she was a fortunate find. There's a lot of good maintenance on these ships. This one here
Just knocks on the nearby hull.
some very good work of his. Not the decorations, that was the captain, but he got it to cobble together well enough.
Tell me, I'm terribly interested. This ship is lovely, and as well, he owns the. He said he owns the other cobbled together ship.
He owns the blockade runner. The
Right.
Corellian blockade runner.
Right.
Can fit about 400 or 500 people on it.
As well as your Corellian blockade runner. But I was also curious, who operates the T-192?
YT 1830.
YT-1830.
What do you say?
Who owns and operates the YT-1830 in the middle of the base there?
The older Zabrak raises his hand.
That'd be me. I'm captain.
It's a beautiful ship. Very nice.
Yeah. She's a beautiful ship.
The female Zabrak rolls her
It's
eyes.
a
Yes, it's a
1930.
19.
Oh, sorry, my bad. It's the 1930. The female Zabrak rolls her eyes. Yes, it's the only mistress he's ever had.
Yes, I had that. Hold on.
Oh, I see.
So he's got his mistress and his wife on board. Yeah.
I see.
The human kind of gives a little chuckle. Bolian turns back to you.
So, after you escaped Imperial clutches, what did you do?
Flew down to the planet, and then they were like, oh hey, we need medics. And I was like, okay, medic. And Jedi were dealing with holocron bullcrap, and the
Yeah,
rest
that
of you
makes
were
sense.
trying to cobble together a medical droid. Then we all went to sleep. Then holocron dream happened.
Holocron crap.
Then we woke up.
We can omit the holocron problem.
Yeah.
Then we woke
Hang
up.
on, if you admit the holocron, you're doing a deception.
Also, you're, conveniently skipping over about 36 hours worth of time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
And
a
this
good
has been like a week, less than a week. We've been on the
Then
planet.
after that, we had to cobble together something to make V function. Then we started making our way to town, had to deal with the sniper and bullcrap on the way there. Then we find out that frickin' what's his name, Falim dude, was he was never on our side after all. He's frickin' just
How
a
much of this
plant
would you like to tell the general?
from
and
the Black
what
Sun.
parts would you like to tell him?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell the general.
Alright.
Alright, after we got back down to the planet.
Sax, would you like to assist?
With a dice roll, maybe, but.
Sure, with the dice roll, but you're gonna have to
You can-
participate a little bit to
Yeah.
assist him in this.
Yeah, talk.
So if you would like, you can assist.
Where are we at? in the story?
Just describe it.
No, I'm starting. So, all right, we got back to
Okay,
the planet. We were in the base, and we were able to. We all worked together. They were in dire need of medical assistance. All their troops.
Oh, so you're a doctor?
Not really. One of our soldier friends is. We just tried to help in whatever way we could.
I'd like to meet this man. Where is he?
He's not here right now. I'm afraid.
You see?
He's.
So then what happened?
And then Sax, help me out here. What do we do after that?
After that, y'all had the hologram.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, the holocron thing.
And as I said, I'm giving you looks like that thing happened.
Oh, that was just a personal issue that we had to deal with one of our companions, unfortunately, which took a little time. But we were able to get back on track.
Oh, I'll ask you about your personal issue later.
Fair enough.
The Rhodian.
So then what happened?
After that, we were sent to try and rescue some Imperial troops. We also tried to negotiate a ceasefire, as I believe you may recall. At some point.
Yes, I thought you did that over the comms. You disappeared for almost 3 days. What happened?
That was the
Well,
personal
you
issue we had to
see?
deal with, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, 2 days. My bad. Sorry about that.
Quite a lot of details, I'm afraid, but suffice to say, we were able to deal with that, and the ceasefire never maintained itself, I don't think, right?
Nah.
Well, it started. I was told to sit on my ass and wait for orders.
Well, it seems some of the forces weren't as organized. There was a lot of guerrilla fighting from both sides still going on.
Yes.
That would explain the fires.
There were also civilians. Well, we met some of the source of those fires.
Yes, everybody at the table scowls.
In the Black Sun. Yeah. Those-
Yes, we ran into Felf and his gang.
What on earth inspired him to hire those thugs? I don't understand.
Probably mentioned the fact
Yeah,
that
Wait, did he? Wait, Black Sun were the
With the
They're
thugs running around.
super
But they
gang.
don't. But they don't know that Felf is Black Sun as well. That's why Felf was working with them without.
Actually, you don't know. You could ask.
Oh wait.
Well, hold on. Okay.
As far as we know, Felf orchestrated this whole rigmarole, posing as a rebel agent, where
As a
he's-
rebel representative.
as a rebel representative, where he's actually a representative of the Black Sun, and he was using all this to get to the Imperial General so that he could kill him.
Right. That's kind of my theory as well. So, all right. So when he says he means Felf. All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm describing the big.
He describes himself kind of tall, kind of green, representative looking, gills, that pheromones.
Kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, those looking
Kind
pheromones.
of looks like he's got a stick shoved up his ass. He's very uptight. You'd know him if you'd see him.
Oh yeah, we definitely ran into him, didn't we, Sax?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. What did? Or hold on. How can I word this?
Would you like to assist him in this?
Yeah, Sax. Why don't you come in and
Help?
maybe try and probe around for what they know.
Yeah. You notice that the others have gone back.
Explore those
They're
dialogue
listening-
trees.
They're listening to you, but they're eating. They're carefully eating while they listen to you guys.
I admit, I was kind of on the edge of the conversation. Who even is this Felf guy?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because apparently he's got deep pockets and some really nasty friends in the Black Sun.
He shakes his head.
That's just madness. Just getting involved with those people is asking for trouble.
Funny you mentioned that.
And that's coming from a bona fide privateer,
Your kind of smiles.
huh?
Not ungenuinely. Well, General, there's probably something you should know if you're going. I'm assuming he's working with Felf. There's probably something you should know about Felf if you are going to continue working with him or associating with him.
Oh, you discovered something.
Yes, he himself is actually Black Sun.
There's kind of a dead pause at the table. Everybody's just taking in the news. Some of them looking over at each other. This is bad news. The Zabrak chimes in.
There's very bad news.
Yeah, if I'd have known this, I wouldn't have taken this job.
And, so I tell you what, we need to pull out as soon as we possibly can.
We don't have enough of the wildlife to make this worth our while.
Yes, but we need to get paid. We get paid from him and then we leave as fast as possible.
Well, you guys can leave. I'm gonna stay here.
Are you insane?
We were just told that Black Sun is taking over here, yeah, but it's an excellent place to disappear, and I'm looking to retire.
Who said that? Sorry.
That would be the Zabrak, the old Zabrak.
The old Zabrak.
Who owns the ship? He's gonna die because he mentioned retirement. That's how movie tropes.
It's his last day on the job.
I'm just 2 days from retirement. I'm 2 cycles from retirement. Gets shot by a stray bolt from the war games. Damn. I was 1.5 cycles from retirement.
Alright, have either one of you seen Felf anywhere? Where was the last time you saw him? We're gonna make a quick trip over to get paid.
He might be a bit tired at the moment, as the rest of our party.
Wait a minute, how? Was he captured?
Not exactly, but he is currently occupied.
With the Colloquids?
Yes.
How? Did they attack?
No. Do you know what the Colloquid war games are?
Cause of what? Wait, he's involved in some kind of a war game.
War games, yes.
What does that entail?
Droid! He yells out for your character.
Why? What are Colloquid war games?
Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah.
See, I have
It'd just be a gather information.
I have all of them. I have every knowledge.
Okay.
Seriously?
Roll for gather information. So he essentially got Tourette's. He's spouting
He has
out-
Imperial propaganda Tourette's.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's a 15 on anything plus 12.
For a total of
27.
according to
On literally every knowledge, whatever it takes.
27, according to your databanks, the Colloquid War Games is an ancient ceremony that basically allows the Colloquids to pick a ally / business partner.
Do I have access to any kind of images of this?
You have access to images of Colloquids, but anything older than that.
Like old paintings or artwork of what these
there
things
are a
might
few
look like?
There are a few old carvings.
Okay, I roll back into the room and I project that over the table.
Okay, fair enough. So he projects it onto the table, gives you a general spiel of what the old annals give of the Colloquid War Games. The old annals and how they describe forging allegiances, trial by combat, picking the strongest winner to buy droids and have strong allegiances with as far as the Colloquids are concerned. Bolan's kind of just sitting there stroking his chin.
Oh, so he's looking to make some new friends. And Black Sun friends are not good for anyone. Especially these kind of violent suckers.
Felf is looking for revenge, we believe.
Revenge?
Which makes him even more dangerous in a way.
Can you mention specifically?
What kind of revenge is he looking for?
He looks over at Sax.
You're being kind of quiet. Maybe you know something.
He knows the same as I do. I'm just.
True. But
So you can say
it's the same it's the same done in a different fashion. I'd like to see all of it.
Good analogy. I might use that.
So, what kind of revenge is this Feline looking for?
I'm kind of blanking on the exact story because, like, I know it's.
okay.
Basically, there was a super virus that the
Yeah.
Empire was developing, and it wiped out
Exactly.
this entire planet. And instead of just quarantining the place, they just bombarded it from orbit,
Exactly, yeah.
Killing everybody who could have survived.
including
Like, I
Felspam.
remember the bombardment, I just like couldn't remember why.
Exactly.
Including
It's
Felspam.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
and
okay.
basically the Imperial General screwed up.
Yeah.
And
Hard.
Yeah.
He screwed up hard. As in Darth
Like,
Vader
I was-
took notice hard.
I was just gonna say, oh, there's
That's why he
accidentally-
was given this crap assignment.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna just make up some bullshit like, oh,
Go
misfire,
for it.
but no, that's just it. I
Tell,
just
tell,
couldn't.
tell him what you want to tell him. This is your
No,
shot.
no, I mean like, I was gonna say
What
that.
kind of revenge is he
Just
looking
throwing it out there, if you talk about it, the droid can access Imperial databanks and back you up.
Question, does he have Imperial access cards?
He used to, and he downloaded everything he could before he left.
So you'd have to roll for hacking if you wanted to do that.
No, he
I downloaded all the information I could before I left.
It's
Old
local.
information.
Oh, depending on how
And
it might
depending-
still function.
And depending upon how much you have left, how much has gotten corrupted, you'd have to check and see if you still have it.
You do bang your head a lot.
You do bang your head.
You do bang your head a lot.
My data banks aren't in my head. That's where all the sensors are. Well, it's
All right. So
perception's not
what
very
kind of
good.
how would you like to deal with this question?
Put a lot of thought into this character.
It's beautiful.
I built out all his
Speaking
gadgetry
of beautiful,
specifically.
how would you? Hang on a second. How would you like to deal with this question?
I mean, I'll be honest about like I'm just trying to think character-wise how I'd present it because like I don't think Sax probably got the big picture of it, but like
You can just give what he saw, the specifics, tiny little bits that caught his attention. If you want.
that was some type of interaction between him, like serious interaction with him and the Empire, like his home planet, and that ended with some type of bombardment, and he wants revenge. I'm really.
So
I'm
not
sorry,
only-
I'm not good at politics.
The
Not
Wookiee bangs the table.
I know. It's just we're adding to their list of atrocities. I'm sorry about the outburst from Goroff. It's a little bit of a sore subject with him. His entire species is enslaved, but understandable.
I need to give this guy more languages.
Terrible.
Huh?
Forgot to give this guy languages. Alright, screw it. He speaks Wookiee now.
He would have to work with this crew.
But yeah, Felf wants to. Yeah, it's killing me. Do you remember why that bombardment happened?
Yes, the Imperial General that is leading the Imperials here, he somehow screwed up and released kind of a worldwide epidemic on Felf's home planet. To clean up the mess, the Imperials bombarded that same planet. And
They did
killing-
what?
They bombarded that planet, killing Felf's family in the process.
So they
Felf
cut their
survived.
losses and just killed the entire population.
Yep. As
Yeah,
you
it sounds
do.
like something they would do. In fact,
As
I try to access my database.
Go ahead and take a roll for it.
Just roll, raw roll, or
This is not quite hacking. So this is more computer accessing of old
of
information.
myself. So just
Yes,
computer use.
So you
Or
get
just use
advantage on this.
computer?
So you get +2. So just use computer.
Alright.
Nice job.
So that's a natural 20
Whoa.
plus my 12 in use computer plus the 2 bonus that you just
We
gave
have
me.
video in 1080p.
Actually, what you would get would be
60
holovid
frames.
images
Oh,
of the
60
virus going
By
loose on the
12.
population.
Mhm.
You get statistics of the casualties.
I'll
You
just
also-
project the.
You get all sorts of
And smell
projections of the
Smell
virus.
vision.
Huh?
Smell-o-vision.
Smell vision? Not quite. That
I'll just
good.
project the bombardment.
And
'Cause
the
while I don't get
and
the whole
he fast forwards
thing-
through all the horrific images of the virus and the holovids,
Yeah,
and he
just
just goes
like,
straight.
"Ah, nobody wants to see that. There we go.
Oh, that was a bad call.
Yeah, that seems like something they do.
Yeah. So now.
See, this is why I left.
No arguments here.
So Felf is not only
A
Black
nod from the
Sun.
human in the corner.
I don't think it's possible for this guy to be quiet, by the way. So get used to
That's
that.
fine.
That's
Felf
okay.
is not only Black Sun, he is
He has an
also.
on-off switch.
He's
Not that you'll ever find it.
Oh, challenge accepted, little man.
Electroprod.
You were saying, I'm sorry.
That's
Oh, we're
fine.
having a Western showdown with a droid.
Western what?
What? That's not a thing. It's Star Wars.
Western what? Western Galaxy?
Oh, I'm sorry, on my planet.
There's no such thing as West.
On my planet, we have a large
Waste.
continent. On the western side is more primitive. They use guns and duels and all that.
Oh,
But anyway,
yes,
But
yes,
anyway.
yes. Of course.
GM hand wavium.
The GM handwaves Texas.
Hell yeah.
Space Texas.
Waste it.
Well, apparently we already have Space Australia.
Alright, so once.
Go Space
so
Broncos.
what? So
My
Felf
point-
wants revenge.
My point being, Felf is not only Black Sun, but Felf is just completely bent on revenge at this point. He's a very dangerous man. You don't want to be working.
He's so done with him.
Alright, let me see if I can get this straight.
He's high on believing.
Let me see if I can get this straight. Felf, who was associated with Black Sun, apparently deeply, considering his deep pockets, he wants revenge on this general guy who killed his family, whether on purpose or an accident, and he is going to town right now.
He points towards the town outside the ship.
To get some blood on his hands.
Essentially, yeah, in the Colicoid War Games. He didn't. I don't believe he expected it to go down this way, but he's probably satisfied that he has to fight it either way.
Agreed, we should probably leave soon, but we can't afford to. We need to get paid. And soon. You're bad for chaps.
What? The human steps forward.
Wait, who
What
asked
if we
this?
just rob him? What if we just rob him? I tell you
The
what,
safe back in
we
the
get-
base.
Give me about 7 good men, the speeder bikes. We can just run over, take everything, and be gone before he's even done with whatever he wants to haul aboard this is.
It'll take too long. Sorry. Too risky. We're not gonna try it just yet. And besides, we have our ships right here. If things go south the way I think they will, we can leave quickly. We can blast off.
But what about all the other inhabitants?
We have a couple.
He gestured toward the cargo container, the ore hauler.
We have enough room in here for ships, much less a couple of hundred from the population.
And
Let's not count
I mean, a
the
Carillion blockade runner can hold a couple of hundred people,
it can hold a couple hundred people.
and then they have all the other ships.
Correct. Granted, the YT is the smaller of the 3, but it can still fit people.
So yes, we can grab as many people as want to go, and we can run if need be. We can get anywhere we need to.
But like,
At this point, there's obviously one of the crew members. He looks to be sort of a Demeronian kind of guy. He's horns, and he
They
he
look like
comes up-
demons.
He comes over to General Bullion and whispers something in his ear,
Give me a second.
and he goes down the ramp outside of the ship. Well, this is awkward.
Not at all, not at all. Tell me, how did you come to meet Felf specifically?
Well, honestly, I met Felf through Bolian. He apparently was hired to get some crews together that he knew of and just bring them all together for a job.
The job was to capture wildlife on this planet?
No, that's just a side benefit. Yeah, we see if we can make a couple extra credits. Her husband joins in.
Mhm.
That if we can grab some local wildlife and sell them to the right buyers, then we can make quite a tidy profit in addition to what we're getting paid for on the job. And since this is an unexplored world, it's a whole treasure trove of different botanical treasures.
so you're saying Bullion contacted them?
I'm saying that he contacted us. Felf contacted him.
So what was your original job here then?
No, the original job was just to create some havoc for the Empire. Intercept some shipments, create some havoc on ground, basically make life miserable for him. Possibly even come into a gunfight, but that way it's gonna be Plan Z.
Okay.
Yes, we weren't supposed to get into any sort of long warfare, we were just supposed to get some trouble for them.
Alright then, alright.
The human pipes up, we weren't expecting a siege. We weren't supposed to be here more than 24 hours. We're supposed to be gone by now. We're just sitting on our hands waiting.
I understand the feeling, Bob, don't worry. We want to get off this planet just as much as you guys do. We're stuck here doing the Empire's dirty work for days now. Trying to get by with helping them as little as possible.
Yeah. Well, you do what you can. Bob comes over and just slaps you a little too hard on the shoulder.
I like Bob.
And while you are talking, Bullion comes back up.
Alright, I was just having a conversation with your bug friend downstairs. Quite an interesting color code you got there. She backs up your story.
Wait,
Hey, yeah.
You remember
Oh, right, I brought the mask downstairs.
Thanks to our little friend, he's dangling the mask. I was able to talk to her. So,
Yeah, it's quite some interesting tech you got there.
Yeah. I like this. Imperial brand, I'd wager.
I took it from the weapons facility, not a clue how it works.
What else did you get from the weapons facility?
everybody's ears prick up and you can tell they smell credits.
Unfortunately, nothing of too much value. Believe me, we would have been off this planet with golden ships if it was. And there were.
Oh, don't sweat that. I can give you a good price.
We have a bunch of paperweights.
I can give you a good price on a lot of the stuff that they've liberated from said facility. So, if you've got some information, it's really high priced, especially for the right buyers. So if you got information, weapons, chemicals, anything that could be sold on either the black market or slyly given to the Republic, then yeah, the rebels have gotten organized now and changed their name to the Republic. Sounds kind of asinine to me, but I don't care. I get paid. Anyway,
He looks over at you guys.
anything? Anything for sale?
Nah.
Anything exotic? We didn't really get like.
You have to remember, we didn't really get to stand around much there. We kind of.
Fair enough. I was just hoping you had a little something extra. But, I digress. Oh well. I guess you can't win them all.
Afraid not. Our personal problem also burned up a lot of our things we took, unfortunately.
I understand.
It happens.
Did you earlier, did I hear you, say something about,
He's looking at your hands.
you don't, pilot a ship by any chance, do you?
I don't what, sir?
Pilot a ship by any chance, do you?
How keen of you to notice? I
Notice?
Hmm?
How could he? Never mind.
He's
He's got,
observant.
he's got pilot's fingers. They're long, they're dexterous, and they don't have a whole lot of calluses on them.
Ha! Dexterous.
Dexterous.
Mhm.
He's got some people do, some don't. Some are just lazy and just stay at home and just do paperwork. But considering your type, you probably are not.
How keen?
Yeah, he doesn't look smart enough for it.
Yeah, well.
Be careful, droid. You might insult the wrong person one day.
Yeah, that's what this is for. The electroshock probe.
Anyway, you were saying?
Yes, actually, how keen of you to notice. I don't pilot my own ship as of now, but back on my home planet of Nagai, I piloted quite a few things for the rebellion that we had on our planet.
Excellent. Well, that might fit right into your little activity.
He turns to the Zabrak. Well, it might. Let's see. Do you have 4.2 million credits on you?
4.2 million? No, I'm afraid not many people do have that.
Are you good at piloting a speeder?
I don't know, does the general pilot skill work for speeders?
Yes. Pilot skill works for anything except animals.
Of course I'm good at a speeder.
Any kind of vehicle.
Yeah, well, you see, that's kind of a general theme here on planet. And he turns to his wife. She's got a different idea, but I'd like to make sure that before my retirement, my ship got an owner that can handle her. You know, someone will take care of her.
Oh, I can take care of her, believe me.
Yeah, I'm willing to put that to the test.
Alright.
So, and for the last time, nobody has those kind of credits. So we gotta get rid of it somehow. And besides, it's a giant beacon. Anyway, sorry about that. But, yeah, if you want to participate in a little race I've got going on, it's the best pilot gets the ship.
Wait, can anyone enter?
Yeah, anybody can enter.
Dibs.
You can try. Can you fit on a speeder bike?
Got some rope?
you can give it a try, droid. You can give it a try.
Got rope?
Nope.
Are you gonna pilot? How would you steer it?
I have a
Very careful.
claw.
Would you? Are you good? Because I noticed your hands have the same lack of calluses.
I think that's for a different reason.
What's that even supposed to mean?
Yes, I would love to race. I'm
Excellent.
natural at speeding.
Excellent.
Next session starts. So Sax died. Crashed into the one tree on the planet.
So let's see. They're in the middle of the woods. Not one tree. Do you roll a natural one? All right. So I've got.
I imagine this planet's a lot of grasslands.
They all pass from the grasslands into woodlands.
Oh, okay.
So, alrighty, so we've got two more racers for the race. His wife rolls her eyes. Oh, we are passing him so many credits.
Tell me, how many credits were you looking for the ship?
4.2 million.
4.2 million. I'm afraid I can't float that. What
Yeah,
about...
nobody else can either.
Tell you what, though.
Pretty sure the GDP of this freaking planet isn't that much.
No, the system is not even that much. Like,
Yeah, because it's the
what's
only populated
planet?
planet in the system.
Yeah, what's the planet? Tell you what, I can't give you 4.2 million, but Sax, how much do you have in the bank?
I don't want to win it.
You don't win it? Okay, I'm gonna do that in
You're
character.
in it to win it?
I'm gonna do that
I
in
think
character.
the point is that it's bad form to just take a guy's ship. You want to give him something.
You could try to steal it, if you so desire. Granted, you're going to be making a lot of stealth checks.
I'm not saying I'm still. I want to win it.
Good man.
Droid has gotten me incense. I want to shove it in his
Alright,
face.
so you want that? That's gonna happen in
Beautiful.
character.
Shove it right in his
I'm gonna look at
optical
you,
sensor.
I'm gonna try and like negotiate a price with, with you, and you're gonna be like, no, I want to win it. Okay.
Alright, so.
Alright then, I guess it's decided.
Alright, he takes out a chronometer and takes a look at it. Alright, we're going to wait for about another hour to make sure it's good and dark before this race gets started.
Alright then.
Wait a minute, you want to race in the dark?
Joke's on you! I turn on the flashlight.
It goes out.
Yeah,
Damn
well,
it!
yeah, well, you see, space is kind of a dark place, so I want to make sure that they can. He looks over at you guys. Handle it.
Of course. I once heard a legend of a blindfolded pilot who would pilot the stars, like, second nature.
All right, you're gonna have to tell me that story sometime, because I've never heard that one. All right, so I'm gonna go get.
I hear tell of 7 other people.
I'm gonna go set things up for the race. He gives his wife a kiss on the forehead, and y'all just take a look around while I'm gone. Just hang tight.
Alright, well, I guess we're all just sitting on our hands before the main event, so
what would you guys like to do?
We're gonna go and explore a little bit more.
All right,
I want to go see the queen.
you wanna go see the queen?
Yeah, let's go see the queen.
Awesome. Well, it's not that hard. You'll go down the ramp, and she is in animated conversation with what looks like a Quarren.
A Quarren?
A Quarren. He's wearing a mask and he's speaking in basic, kind of garbled, and they're kind of having kind of a little bit of a language barrier, but they get into it with hand motions and movements. And
I just never expected a Quarren to be a good conversationalist.
and
not very bright.
No. And this particular Quarren is going through a data pad, showing, pointing out some finer details. The queen is just positively ecstatic. So which one? So you gave up your mask?
Yeah, I go.
You can understand what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
The Quarren's going about.
Well, you see, it makes for better sense if you have the filters over here. But it's not exactly completely out of the ordinary to have it so close to the powerful.
And so the queen's just going. They're just going back and forth and back and forth. And
It's like Sylvester the cat! Like 200 pounds heavier!
But you notice but the Quarren has to talk through all these tentacles. So
There's a little man.
Do they have like tentacle beards?
kind of, yeah. They've
Got
tentacle
a
mouth
little
beards.
patch.
They have kind of tentacle mouth beards. And
Freaking Sylvester the cat!